Back to our top story this morning. A family from Norfolk say they could be left homeless because of months of delays in building their new house. The Wilsons paid a deposit on a Taylor Wimpey home at a new development in Heatherset earlier this year and exchanged contracts. When they sold their house this spring, pregnant Gemma, husband Scott, their 16-month-old and 2 dogs moved out of their old house and into a caravan, thinking it was only going to be for the short term. At the end of the week, the caravan park that they're staying in is closing for the winter, which means that they are going to be homeless. And if they're not in their new house by then, they've got a real dilemma about where they're going to live. Our reporter Angie George has been finding out more.
Gemma, tell me what happened right from the beginning. So when did you initially go and look around the new site and then say, yep, we want to buy the home?
January this year. We put an offer in as soon as we'd sold our house. We did know that their completion time would be September or October. They were always very non-committal because that's how Taylor Wimpey and I suspect all the others operate. I suppose to them they would suggest that that's a guide, but they've got a 2-month guide, so one wouldn't expect it to be 8 weeks late.
So you sold your house?
Yeah, sold our house in April, and because it was September and October, we made a decision that we'd go and live in our caravan for a few reasons. One, it was the summer, and also as well, we've got 2 dogs, so it's really difficult to rent somewhere with 2 dogs and being short term. We've kind of calculated, like, worst case scenario, my baby was due on the 31st of October, and so we kind of figured that if we didn't get the keys until the 31st of October, we would kind of struggle through for a couple of weeks.
But then obviously you found out that completion date really wasn't going to happen when you thought it was going to happen. So how did that make you feel?
I was absolutely devastated. The thought of having a newborn baby, and I've also got a 16-month-old, so the thought of having the 2 of them in the caravan was just, I was really disappointed. It turned out that way.
Do they actually say what the delays have been caused by?
I think they've got some supply issues. Like we're waiting for some garage doors. They've only just now confirmed that they're going to come in on Wednesday, but that's only because we've accelerated it to this point that they're actually talking to us. But initially, they told us that it'd be the beginning of November. Then it's stretched on to the end of November. Then it's early December. Now it's the 21st of December. Our hopes have been built up on a regular basis, and then the deadline has come and gone.
Do they know your situation then? They knew that you were pregnant, they knew that you had a young family and that you were looking to get in the home as soon as you possibly could?
Yes.
And did they say anything, that they would try and make it happen for you?
No, only just very recently. They've suggested that once they give us their 2-week notice, they call it served notice, that we can then apply for special dispensation, which would allow us to accelerate the process of doing the completion, because we've already exchanged, so just doing the completion a little bit quicker. But that's only down to their legal team and our lawyers as to whether or not anything happens quicker than that.
You're going to have a bit of a protest about this situation, aren't you? Tell me what you're going to do.
Well, my husband is quite prepared to take our caravan and put it outside their sales office, because they don't seem to be pulling their finger out, regardless of the fact that we are homeless. We are going to be homeless. Like, our caravan site doesn't open all year round, but we weren't expecting to still be in it.
Taylor Wimpey have sent us a statement on this. They say they'd like to apologise to the Wilsons for the delay and that they're fully committed to ensuring that they can move into their new home as soon as possible. Last night, the Wilsons told us that the house builder had been in touch and they are hoping to get them into the new home this Friday.